Good morning, friends. We are heading out into the garden today. I want to make some pretty spots in my garden, and finally the rain has subsided and I can actually come out here and plant some things, do some things without the threat of rain coming down on me. Just not a fan of getting wet today. I didn't really have enough soil. Oh, what can you do? Oh, chaos. Eris and Sam are going camping this weekend, so as always, classic Sam forgetting things. Are you leaving me, bud? Are you leaving me going camping? Are you going camping? You're gonna have so much fun. There's another doggy to run around with. Yeah. A river to swim in. Yeah, that'll be nice. Oh, garlic. There you go. Garlic growing. That's a big garlic. Should have pushed that. Now I've got my garlics planted. There's about 20 here because we've got heaps of garlics planted throughout the other garden. Since I know my beans are coming up, which bugs are kind of getting them before they really grow, so they might not be okay. Look, I'll eventually have peas or beans or something growing here and there on the trellis, so our next job is to try to move that over here somehow. Should have got Sam's help before he left. Oh well. Woo! No, no, no. There we go. One step at a time, everything will be fine. We did it, guys. Kinda. Beautiful. This area here is looking pretty sad. I mean, the pumpkins aren't looking sad. They're having a great time. But the fig tree didn't do much this year. It probably got smothered up by all of the weeds around it. There's blackberry growing in there, which is terrible. And then this mushroom garden's just done absolutely nothing. And you guys know that I hate eyesores, and right now this area unfortunately is an eyesore. It's really flat here and right at the edge of my garden, so I really wanted to make use of it, but what I have planted here right now just isn't working and it's not doing anything for the garden. It's nice having Kobe join me, but he's got this habit of just walking into my garden. Get out! I love your company. I love your company. But you don't know how to be my garden, man. I told him off yesterday for walking in my garden several times and he just went back inside. He's like, fine, if you're gonna tell me off, I'm just not gonna be here. Hey? Hey, cheeky. Anyway, so my plan, I can't remember who suggested it. One of you guys suggested that we take the mushroom garden bed idea, roll with it, but instead of having it somewhere where the mushrooms aren't growing, instead take it somewhere where they are, underneath the house. So I'm gonna move this bed somehow. I think I'm just gonna pick it all up and put it into a wheelbarrow, and I'm going to actually take it underneath the house and set up a little garden bed under there, and we'll see if that works better. I have my fingers crossed that hopefully it will. Also, this whole netted off fig area just isn't doing it for me. Not one bit. I don't know, guys. All I do know is that this little spot is just making me sad, and I think that's why a lot of things are being neglected. What do I do? What do I do? Also, this garden bed looks so gross. It really needs some wood chips. It needs some more plants. Like, this is just going to waste. I have some leftover fried chicken left from last night's dinner, and my plan was to turn it into some sushi for lunch or for dinner tonight, and that gives me a really good opportunity to actually use our nasturtiums. The pods from the nasturtiums can actually be ground down into a paste, and because of their wasabi-like flavour, is a perfect substitute for wasabi. So I'm going to give that a go. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'm so freaking excited to give this a go. So you want to pick the pods that look like these. That's actually their seeds. I love nasturtiums. I reckon they're my favourite flower now. Do love tulips, but the fact that these just like seed themselves and then come up at a time when the bees need some extra flowers is just gorgeous. And they smell good, they taste good, they're just good little flowers. Alright, let's hope this is a good call. I'm disturbing them, but what can we do? They didn't grow, so oh yeah, look, it has done something. Some mycelium has tried to develop. It's strange. It has done a little bit, but it almost looks like it got too wet, or like I said, something ate things before it had a chance. Like, there's a mushroom, there really is, but yeah, I don't know. It's just not a great spot. So I'm thinking maybe potatoes or garlic here for now, since it's their season, until we figure out what we want to do with this area. So here's some spinach seeds. And then some carrot seeds. Got a few more garlic bulbs, so we might as well surround this broccoli and see if that might confuse some of the bugs and deter them away. Nice and close to the front. Sure the mycelium is in there. There we go. Alright guys, so here I've got the bag of mushrooms that were already growing. You can see into the window that there is heaps of mycelium there, but I think this has dried out or it's run out of materials. So my plan is actually to take all of the mycelium and all of the potential growth in this bag and sprinkle it onto the straw behind me and hopefully be able to inoculate the straw once again. The thing with mushroom is once it runs out of something to grow onto, it's not going to grow again. So we're trying to get to a point where it regenerates itself time and time again so that we don't have to put it into bags each time. Might as well try. This is going to go to waste otherwise, so let's do it. Check this out, guys. Ready? So this, in essence, is what we use to inoculate our straw for the first time. See all that white stuff? That's mycelium. That's what the mushrooms grow from. This is their life force underneath their mother. Look at that. That's so amazing. This stuff I'm kind of going to put here on the side and see if it manages to grow itself again. We'll see. This grass may be contaminated and so might not do anything, but we're just going to hope that this experiment works for the sake of all of us. We all want mushrooms, don't we? Also, can we just appreciate that it's so much closer to the door now? Please work! I just went to the nursery and picked up some onions, flowers, tatsoi, which is this beautiful purple kind, Jerusalem artichoke, super excited for this one, and some peas since mine did absolutely nothing this season. Woo, fresh seedlings. I did get some spring onions, brown onions, and red onions too because I want plenty. And I did pick up seeds. We have some snap peas, cornflowers, artichoke, so we'll be planting some of this. Eggplant, and this is an eggplant that apparently in temperate climates can be planted from August, so that's good. We'll give that a go. Some tomatoes that again can be grown in August. And some more August sown tomatoes.
You're sniffing what I got there. You're sniffing it. Yeah.
The rain is looming, but I thought I would show you guys what I got done with the seedlings that I bought, just to keep you guys updated on what's going on. I ended up planting my peas over here so that I can get them going up the trellis. My beans haven't come through yet, they still might. Over in this garden bed, I've just dug a couple of holes and popped in, there's a seed here that didn't go through, some artichoke. So artichoke you can transplant into its final position once it's big enough, so that's what I'll be doing. Now over in this bed here, I've got the tatsoi and the spring onion. I really do love that this is a perennial garden, but having greens to pick between is really fun to have here as well. And then lastly, I put my, I think they were called violas, here again with some spring onion, just to neaten up this area. And then I've got some of the chives that I didn't like in that garden over here instead, and hopefully that deters bugs around this area here. Yeah, looking good. Oh, I did also plant some of my onions out as well, the little onion slips in here. So I've got brown onions, I've got red onions in the middle, and then I have more brown onions on the side just for a bit of effect. The violas, the tatsoi and the spring onion I also took up to where the bees are with the little garden that we made for them. A lot of the flowers that I did plant are spring flowers, so they probably won't pop up for a while. The soil up there isn't great either because I did a bit of a no dig method, so a couple of things have tried to come up but they're not doing awesome, so I thought I'd just add a little bit more and see how it goes this winter time. But that's it. I'm not doing much today. I've got a heap of cleaning to do. Have I shown you guys our passion fruit flowers? Look how beautiful they are. Everywhere. All over the plant. So hopefully we'll get some banana passion fruits soon too. And I planted some more peas over here as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go clean up the house and I'll catch you guys on another day. Now we unfortunately have a lot of pests in our garden at the moment. There's been a lot of rains and everything is really moist and stays really wet for a long time. There's a benefit to that because we don't have to water our gardens as much, if ever, but it does mean that a lot of our fruits and vegetables are getting eaten by snails, caterpillars and other critters before we even get a chance to enjoy them. Snails. Chickens. Chickens. Enjoy that. Unfortunately, not me. I was going to pick them early to see if I actually got some this time. Snails got them first. Ah, that's so annoying. So I'm going to try and use copper to go around places where I've got slugs as well as bee traps. And I'm also going to continue just looking and making sure that I'm picking off those bugs as they come up. Those strawberries are really affected by slugs and there's only so much I can do to help them. We need ducks and we need the strawberries near the orchard where the ducks are going to be. Yeah, so I'll see if that copper works in the bee traps. But otherwise, I think we're just going to have to get ducks sooner in our orchard and move the strawberries up there. But I fear the ducks might eat the strawberries too. Good girl, go have a look. Yummy. I froze a passion fruit whole and I was able to hack off the peel pretty easily by hitting it with a knife and just peeling it. And this is what it looks like. That's really yummy. This is apple, banana, the passion fruit, which I ended up hacking off the skin and just using the pulp inside because I froze them whole. Seems to work a treat. It has Kakuta plum powder, chia seeds and water. Super simple and so tropical. Good way to start the day. I think our pullets are starting to lay eggs. I found a couple of little pullet eggs the other day. The cold front finally came in yesterday afternoon and it is freezing. I had the fire raging last night to try to keep warm, and then I woke up early this morning because it was freezing. But as you know, Sam has gone away camping this week, so I've been balancing full-time work as well as keeping everything going on the homestead. There was a strike on Wednesday, so I was home on Wednesday, and I took advantage of that and spent the whole day in my garden and filming. It was so good to get back into it. And honestly, it hasn't been so bad. Like, I am having to go outside at night time and remember to lock up the chickens, and I'm just checking up on everything each morning. But right now our homestead is pretty manageable. With the animals and the systems we have in place, everything kind of looks after itself. The chickens are probably the hardest task, and that's only because they need to be let out in the morning, make sure that there's food, and then just locked up at night. The sheep are pretty self-sufficient. I'm just going to fill up their water right now because it's out, but you can see that they're hiding away from the rain at the moment under their little shelter. Once I fill up their water, I'm going to take Kobe for a walk. It's been really cool to see him come for walks with me. I'm just going to go check up on my garden. Haven't needed to water it this week because it has been raining so much, but I am kind of picking off any bugs that I see on it. And other than that, those are the morning chores, and I guess I'll catch you guys up after work today, and see if we get up to anything then. There you go guys, fresh water. Oh. Took it off of there and now it's not zapping, so it was just too close to the metal pole. That's where you should be hearing the clicking. Problem solved. My onions have done really well. Most of them have bounced up and settled in. My hands are seriously frozen this morning. It is so cold. I think the first frost is definitely coming soon, which will hopefully mean those cabbage moth butterflies aren't going to be flying around as much, which is a little bit less pest pressure for the garden. Whew, freezing, freezing. Sweet potatoes doing so well. I like to check on this garden every morning just to make sure there isn't any caterpillars. Guess we already know there have been. Since the last time we came down though, I haven't been seeing any more really big ones, so I think we're getting them. It has been a much easier week this week being here alone full time, because I've had a great week at school. Everything's been working out really well. It's really good to have good routines as a teacher. But Sam was really awesome to also organize everything, get some firewood chopped up, the sheep moved. So as far as what I have to do, there's not a lot. I do want to check out how our mushrooms are going though. I see lots of mycelium, but I think it looks pretty much the same, hey? Oh.